slideshow. First of all, I thank the AIVS for this opportunity. And I thank Dr. Partha Mandal to have eased out me, because glaucoma is an earth medical disease and all the things are similar. So in primary adult glaucoma, the basic treatment of primary upper angle glaucoma, is medical treatment. And in primary angle closure disease, it is after doing PI, same thing, just like primary adult glaucomas, primary open angle glaucoma. However, this is less responsive to the treatment, so the prescription has to be accordingly. This slide is been seen by everyone, and Dr. Chandrima has talked about this a lot, about the target pressure, so I'll skip this. The components of a rational therapy includes the right medication. In combination, if it is there, then it's a right combination, the right dosage, which is appropriate for the drug. It should be clearly mentioned. It should be written legibly or typed or in capital letters, and appropriate instructions for including the side effects should be given in a good prescription. And of course, one should never forget the affordability of the patient about the drug. So what is the right medication? We begin the therapy with a single dose with maximum efficacy and high compliance, reasonable cost. The PG analogs are the first line, as already discussed, and we need to assess the efficacy of the drug used. For this, we try to do a unilateral trial. So this is the algorithm which I follow and which I recommend. So this is most important slide. We start with PG analogs, and if the target IOP achieved and the drug is well tolerated, we continue with the treatment. However, if the target IOP is achieved but drug is not tolerated, then we switch within the group, because another drug may be better tolerated. And if the second drug is tolerated, then we continue with the treatment. And in case the target IOP is not achieved, then we again switch within the group, because efficacy within the group may also be different. Like we know that timolol is more effective than bitoxolol. And if the target IOP is still not achieved, then we see the amount of fall. If it is less than 20%, we change the group. And if the fall is more than 15%, then we add another drug. 15 to 20 is a gray zone, except for PG analogs, where the IOP fall should be minimum, it should be 20%. So if after having switched within the group, the drug is still not tolerated, then we again change the group. So this is the way we go. And the side effect profile, the side effects can be reduced by heart. In cases of heart block, depression, bronchospasm, or dry eyes, avoid beta blockers. And note that beta blockers are not contraindicated in ischemic heart disease and hypertension. Rather, they are the drug of choice. So this is a very much big misimpression among our residents. They say the patient is hypertensive, don't give beta blockers. So that's not true. In case there is inflammation in post-op cases, or in cases of macular edema, we avoid pilocarpine and PG analogs. However, the ROCK inhibitors are the drugs of choice in these cases. In corneal endothelial problems, we do not prescribe carbonic anhydrase inhibitors. In NTG, PG analogs, ROCK inhibitors, and alpha agonists are the drugs of choice. Allergies are most common with brimonidine. And within PG analogs, we understand that tafloprost is the most innocuous, followed by latanoprost, travoprost, and bimatoprost, in that order. So these are the things to be kept in mind while giving a prescription. The right combination, I think I should not go into these details. Use appropriate frequency and mention it clearly. OD, BD, QD may be different. Their meaning may be different. Like QD is what we call as OD in India, and QD is the same word for in USA. The appropriate instructions for the drugs should be given like this. The systemic drugs, the intravenous mannitol, the purpose is to bring down IOP in the range so that the drug becomes effective. For example, up to 40 millimeters of mercury in acute angle glaucoma, when the sphincter then starts responding to pilocarpine. What are the common pitfalls in these prescriptions? I have seen residents, if the IOP is 50 in a case of primary open glaucoma, and the patient comes to OPD for the first time, they give mannitol. This is not required. It's a very toxic drug, and most of the secondary glaucomas also, this is not required. Its use in non-seeing eyes is also not required, and it's a toxic drug, so monitoring should be done. And monitoring is for cardiac overload or pulmonary edema. It is not for BP. Generally, residents come and say, sir, hum BP dekh rahe hain. Oh, BP is not important. It's a cardiac overload which is important for these. And dose and speed, I think this has been discussed by Dr. Partha. The appropriate instructions with the systemic drugs in acetazolamide, it has to be given full stomach, inform the possible side effects, add juice, and in the diet, not essential to take the drug with the juice, which is a common pitfall again. Coconut water is not as effective as Mosmi juice. When we are giving potassium chloride, it should be given full stomach and it should be mixed in full glass of water, say 1.5 to 2 teaspoonfuls. It has to be mixed in full glass rather than taking 2 teaspoons and then drinking water. When we are prescribing glycerol, we have to give an instruction that no liquid should be taken 20 minutes before and after this. About the physiological state, Dr. Partha has already discussed. So I'll just say that physical, mental, and social condition of the patient should also be considered at the time of giving a prescription. So these are some of the prescriptions here. Timolol has been prescribed 4 times a day, which is not correct. Here, BE, ED, these things have been, abbreviations have been used and should be avoided. And here 2 PG analogs have been given in one prescription, and here glycerol is not written in appropriate dosage, and here these 2 circles and 3 circles are written in between 2 drugs, so it is not possible to understand what exactly is the thing. So as I said, the prescription should be typed or should be written in capital letters or should be written in very, very clear words. And it's very important to inform the side effects of the drugs, especially at the first prescription. And same is about the NLD occlusion and how to apply eye drops. Various videos are available on YouTube, including my own video on this regard. So these are some good prescriptions. This is a typed prescription with all the instructions given appropriately, and similarly, this is a handwritten prescription of the same kind. About the health.
Just 1 minute remaining, sir. A kind reminder.
Okay, fine. We must know the financial status, source of procurement of the medicines by the patient. Since the treatment is lifelong, we should discuss this thing with the patient and use affordable brands for poor patients or for anybody for that matter. And PG analogs, rest assured, are not expensive. In fact, if we use the generic drugs, and they're far more convenient to use. Keep note of the NGOs or the government support system for your poor patients so that you can guide them to use it, and do early surgery in case they cannot afford the drugs. So what is the maximal medical therapy? It's different from maximal tolerated medical therapy. Maximal medical therapy includes acetazolamide and maybe glycerol also. And this is generally used for short term and while waiting for surgery. Whereas maximum tolerated medical therapy includes what can be safely given over a long period to an individual without significant side effects. And generally 3 drugs in 2 bottles are considered appropriate.
And sorry to interrupt, sir, but the time is up. If you could conclude, we would really appreciate it, sir.
Sir, in this much time, I could have finished. Please don't disturb in between. In case you don't want, I'll stop that right here. Generally, 3 drugs in 2 bottles are sufficient, and every additional drug is less effective, as you should understand. And when nothing works, Pilo works. One should not forget this. Pilo is a very, very effective drug. So thus to summarize, medical management by mainstay is the mainstay of management of primary adult glaucomas, and stepwise treatment starting with a single dose with switch over and then add approach is the way to go. Treatment should be individualized considering the limitations of the patient, and treatment regime should be simple for best compliance. Prescription should be readable and understandable by the patient. Patient should be informed exactly about the frequency, method of use, side effects, and special precautions. Okay, thank you so much.